Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the best package on the new Mazda Miata, at least best in my opinion. I'll show you guys in today's video. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Orem Mazda for giving me some time with this Miata. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. If you have any questions, just ask for Jordan. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a 2-liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed manual transmission. Fuel economy is 26 around town and then 34 on the highway, with power outputs being 181 horsepower and then 151 pound-feet of torque. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now you can see the hood is raised up on either side and it's pretty simplistic with the design. Popping down below, really cool with the new headlight design. And then I love this metallic gray. Looks great on the Miata, especially with a little smiley face there at the bottom. Tire and wheel setup is 205 by 45 by 17. And you can see that this has the BBS wheels. You got the Brembo brakes as well in red. They look really cool on the Miata. And the offset's actually pretty solid with the wheels. Little turn signal indicator on the side, blacked out mirror cap. And then this one's the RF. So you got the hard top. Now this of course leads us to the key fob with the Mazda logo. We have our lock and unlock opening for the trunk as well, and we'll pop her open. So you can see storage space in here. It's actually pretty darn solid for such a small car, but I mean you could probably fit like a duffel bag, maybe two in the back in terms of size and comparison. I love the shutting sound. Of course you still have the antenna there on the back. You got the new taillights, which definitely modernize the Miata, so that helps out quite a bit. But yeah, there's the rest of the rear. Popping inside, I love how they bring the gray coloration inside, and then you can see all the stitching and everything throughout. Window controls, you got the mirror adjustment set up, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And then you can see with the Recaro seats that you also have with this package, they're manually adjustable. Speaking of manual, 3 pedals, and look at the nice finish on those pedals. And boop. Now take a look at the steering wheel. You've got soft touch trim all around. You've got practical controls like your cruise control, volume controls, controls for the center as well. Regular stocks here on the back. The Miata has this really cool 3-gauge layout, which, I don't know, I think it looks nice. And then again, you've got the info that you can scroll through there on the one side. Pretty standard stuff, but I like the RPMs are front and center because that's what's most important in this car. Backup camera in reverse, and then with these new Miatas, the infotainment system is all controlled with a dial like other Mazdas, so they got rid of the touch screen, and it's still an itty-bitty screen on the dash though. Single zone climate controls here with the Miata, and then you got your heated seats. That's for the top to lower it, which we'll actually just do that right now. Shifter for the manual transmission right behind it. We'll talk about with driving. And look how quick that is. Just told you about the manual shifter, and the RF is already almost done. Boom, operation complete. Anyways, this is for the infotainment system to control it. And you can see a little storage space here. You got the cup holders. This is your glove box that's in the back because there's nothing underneath there. And yeah. So here's our window sticker for this RF. You guys can see the total MSRP 43,010. And then here's a quick look at the entirety of the car with the top down, so you guys can kind of get an idea. It looks really cool with the RF setup in my opinion, but let's take it out. I know that you guys are probably not going to like this, but we are going to be doing top up for this review, just for wind noise and everything. I've also done, if you want to see top-down driving, I've done reviews in the past with the RF where I've driven with the top-down, and it's fun. It's definitely fun. The thing I like about the RF is you have the windows up with the top down, and it's not too bad. I mean, you're going to get some noise, of course, but it's pretty minimal in terms of just the impact inside. Like if you have just your windows rolled down in a car, I feel like you get more than if you have the top down, put the windows up in the RF. Now, the Miata is so cramped. I'm not a huge person, but yeah, man, I definitely feel like pretty tight in here. And these seats, though, they're not too bad. Like, I fit pretty well in the seats. Now, this, in my opinion, is the package to get. It looks the coolest, and not only does it look the coolest, but it just feels so good. Now, obviously, the things that this has, the Brembo brakes, it's not going to change an insane amount on road for the performance, right? It's going to change it a little bit. Most of the performance change is going to be on the track. Same thing with the lighter BBS wheels, but still, this is a small enough car that you decrease the weight just a little bit, and there is an impact. Now, this is one of the few inline 4-cylinders that's pretty easy to blip yourself, which is quite impressive, if I do say so myself. And it just loves to rev. It just loves to go through. So for a 4-cylinder, it's really impressive. And the manual transmission's great, just very notchy into the gates. Very engaging vehicle to drive. And just the blip, it's super smooth with that. And the handling's great too. It's got the fun Miata body roll, so even though I didn't take that corner all that fast, it is exciting. It feels like I'm doing something more than I am. It feels like I'm going and racing around, and I'm just not going all that fast. That's the thing, that's the charm of the Miata. That's the strong suit of the Miata. And see, that's not even close to redline, but it's loud. I'm close to the ground. It's such an engaging car. You really don't have to push this car to the limit to have fun at all. Just daily driving and all of that is a joy in the Miata. And then you pair that with the fact that these are pretty easy to maintain, because it ultimately is just an NA 4-cylinder. So it's not like some exotic engine that you have to do a lot with. And you know, Miatas aren't perfect. They've had some issues with the manual transmissions. Look into it, but I would say it's pretty darn solid. In terms of sports cars have never, you know, sports cars aren't about being reliable and durable. They're about fun, and the Miata definitely provides that. So overall, I do think that this package is the one to get in the Miata. I think it has the nicest looking interior, because the seats make a huge difference in this car, right? Because that's like half the interior. So with the seats this has, and the wheels and the brakes and the looks, it's just the best. It's like, if you get a Miata, you might as well get something like this. That's just my personal take. Let me know what you guys think about the club here. But yeah, if I was gonna rock one of these, this is what I would personally get with the Miata, even though it is expensive. I understand that. So let me know your thoughts.